100.
32 minutes into the 9 o'clock hour. We're back live in the Valid Music Studio. It's Jay, Elisa, and it's Ben Kweller.
Our new bestie.
Hello, everybody.
Sup, brah?
Sup, my bras.
Sudden.
Good morning to everyone.
morning.
Good to have you back in Nashville, Ben. Welcome back, man.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah.
should be
Tonight
living
is
here.
night 2 of the Cover the Mirrors tour.
Kicked it off, was it last night or the night before?
Last night.
Last night, down in the
Atlanta,
ATL. Yeah?
ATL.
How'd it go?
Gig 1. It was good. It's a lot of fun because we're mixing these new songs from the album with a bunch of older songs that I haven't played in a long time. And yeah, it's a big show. And yeah, wow. Last night was really fun. I mean, we played for like almost 2 hours, and I couldn't believe it went that long.
I'm sure the
But I
whole
was
room
taken
was
away. The room was rocking. I was taken away in the moment, you know.
Yeah.
And
And as Ed Sullivan might say, really big show. Really big show.
big show.
Yep. You get a chance to see it tonight out at the Basement East. There are tickets available. You can grab yours at thebasementnashville.com. It is an 18 and over show. And you've got an artist named Ryman. Some people might have seen the listing and say, wait a second, Basement
it
East,
the Ryman
Ryman. So did you, what?
Yeah, he's
What-
a great new artist,
Yeah.
folk singer. He's from here in Nashville.
Okay.
And we became friends over the internet, as you do.
Wow.
And just heard some of his songs, and, you know, I think he's really on a cool trajectory, and his songwriting is really good. It's very emotional, and I kind of feel like he's channeling, like, he's like the new James Taylor, which I don't know who else is filling that void. You didn't know you needed that void being filled, but you do. And I think Ryman is the next James Taylor, so boom.
You heard it here.
first.
That's right, right
That's
here on Lightning in the
amazing.
Morning.
Well, you talked about meeting him on the interwebs. Was that like a lot of people? I feel like met people on the interwebs during the pandemic. Was
Yeah.
this a pandemic friend?
No, this is a modern friend, post-demic, dude. And you know, I think a lot of things from the Pandizzy is still
It's still
working. Let me just
relevant.
tell you. So like, it was a weird thing, like during the P-Dizzle. Like, how many ways can we say it differently?
I love it though.
I'm so sorry.
It makes it fresh.
But you know, I remember when it was all going down, COVID-19, and
Corona.
they started doing Corona. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
This
how
is
could you
like
forget
the drink. Oh, and there goes my little phone. All right, it's all falling apart. Anyway, folks, the point was, we started doing like Zoom songwriting. Like that
Yeah.
became a thing because all of the songwriters in the world were like, oh God, like how can we still write with other people? And so we started setting up Zooms, and it was it could be really cool or really lame, you know,
Right.
especially if it
Yeah.
was a stranger. But I started really falling in love with Zoom. And so like Zoom, I think, is a good holdover from the COVID era.
I agree.
You know?
I absolutely
And
agree.
like, so then anyway, meeting people on the internet and like sliding into DMs and whatnot, like that can still work in the modern
I
age.
love that. I
you
think
know?
that's really encouraging because I feel like a lot of people are like, how am I going to do this? And there's apps out there like We Should Write Sometime. I don't know if you know about that app.
Don't know
But
it.
it runs like a dating app where you can actually
We Should
check
Write.
out people.
That's so
And it's
cool.
really cool because I know a lot of publishers are starting to use it because of, canceled rights or somebody gets sick. So you can, there's like different tiers, like people who are actually published and things like that. And you can meet people all the
Okay.
time.
Let's write sometime.
we should write
We
sometime.
should write
Yeah,
sometime.
that was-
What a cool idea.
I know. So even cooler though that you did it organically, and now we've got new songs to get excited about.
Yes.
Did you write any with any new people that you did meet through these Zoom rights?
Well, the writing on the new album actually was with any of the co-writes that are on the album were with friends that I had known. The song Dollar Store was written with my friend Modern Love Child, great artist. And then we had Katie Waxahachie sings on the
Yeah.
track. It's so dope. There's actually a song on the album that I wrote here in Nashville with Jimmy Robbins and Natalie Hemby.
Wow.
And because from time to time I would come to Nashville and write country songs you know,
Yeah.
for other artists. And there was this song that we wrote, the three of us, called Don't Cave. It's a really cool country song, but it never found a home. No one wanted it, whatever. But I was like, this is a really good song. And so when I was putting together the material for this new album, I just kept thinking about that song, Don't Cave. And so I actually rewrote a lot of the verse lyrics just to sort of get myself into the moment of where I was in my life.
Yeah.
And so that's a really cool co-write, actually. That's very Nashville happening.
Well, then we have to look forward to
because you
more
can't hear
of
it
that.
yet. You can't hear it,
yeah.
bro. It's like coming out on May 30th.
Oh
bro.
my gosh, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so in that, then we have a lot to look forward to. Those are 2 songs that we just talked about. Was there like a path for you in this new album, or was it really just kind of like, hey, there's this song that I really liked and I want to throw it in there? Was it like a confetti, a piñata effect, or?
I like all of those things. Yeah, it was, well, it started like from this very depressing, solemn state. You know, my son Dorian died 2 years ago when he was 16 in a car crash, and it flipped everything upside down. And so I actually couldn't even listen to music for a few weeks. And so when I started, picking up the guitar again and sitting at the piano, all I could think about was him, and just thinking like, oh my God, like, music's always been the one constant in my life, and it's always been like my true best friend that's always been there for me. And so I knew that music would be the thing to help me get through this grief and mourning, the loss of my son. So there definitely was like just this feeling of like, okay, well, what the hell do I even release? What could you even put out? And I would talk to Dorian. I'd look up in the sky and be like, Dorian, like, bring me some songs. He was a great artist, and he went by the name Zev, Z-E-V. So anybody out there, go to Spotify or Apple Music, whatever, type in Zev. Really cool. And so I would say, Dorian, like, send me some songs. Let's write. And there was a song that he was working on before he died, and I remember hearing him in his bedroom singing this chorus. And I walked in, I'm like, bro, that's amazing. Like, what is that? And he's like, yeah, it's this thing I'm working on. And so we kind of messed around with it. And then he died like 2 weeks later. And so that was like one of the first things I worked on. I was just like thinking about this song, which is called Trapped, another one you'll have to wait for. But
no, this is getting us excited to go to the show.
I was like, man, like I have to finish this song for you, with you, whatever we're doing right now. And so it's called Trapped, and it's one of my favorites on the album. And so that's a co-write with my son, who's no longer with us. And
that's beautiful.
There's so much. I mean, it's I call it like it's kind of a moody album, which I guess seems kind of like it would be obvious, but I wasn't really thinking like, oh my God, we got to open with a big banger, or like close with this type of song or that. It's like all like this mood. It's like very cathartic and meditative.
I was gonna say it sounds very like healing, because I mean,
it's a healing.
You've obviously gone through such heavy grief, and I mean the dollar store songs with it's really fun, and so like it's really cool to hear you say that a lot of this came through a hard time. It's almost like a melancholy feeling, but how beautiful that other people can now listen to it and grieve with you and heal with you.
Exactly.
And so I'm excited about it.
I'm so excited about it. And that's the other weird thing. Like, everyone grieves differently, and like to have songs that sound happy. Like, there's still a sadness under the happiness, but it's kind of weird because then, like, whenever someone close to you dies and you have your first laugh without them, you feel kind of guilty. And it's a weird thing. And there would be moments where me, Liz, and Judah, our other son, the three of us would be sitting in the kitchen just cracking up. And then it's like you remember, oh God, where's Dorian? And then you get sad again. But he was laughing with us. So there's a lot of conflict. And so that's the thing with writing songs. Like, you don't always know what's going to come out. Like, even the last song on the album is called Oh Dorian. MJ Linderman's on that, plays beautiful guitar on it. And I sat down to write this song. It was the last one I wrote for the album. It's the last song on the album. I was going to write this really emotional song about Dorian, and it's super up-tempo and upbeat. And I'm like, all right, well, of course, bro. Like, thanks, Dory. Like, you never know.
Yeah. I mean, you hear that a lot of times, that, that music can really take you somewhere, and to the same effect, it can really bring you somewhere. Maybe you need to, be removed from that, or it's just that next step. But thanks so much for sharing that, Ben.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's some deep stuff, man.
I got you.
Deep, bruh.
Deep, bruh.
Ben Kweller here in the studio with us on a Wednesday morning.
And we get to see him tonight, which is why you're here. And resting your voice as you should.
Yes.
So I'm assuming the songs we're talking about will we get a live version of
You
it
will.
tonight?
Yes, you're gonna get a live
Okay.
version of a lot of the new songs. Also, we didn't make it through Nashville last year when we were doing the Sha Sha 20. So like my debut album Sha Sha turned 20 last year, and so we did a few spot shows like in New York, LA, whatever. But we are going to play a lot of the Sha Sha stuff because we're still kind of celebrating that.
Yeah.
And we haven't been to Nashville in a minute, so here we
Yeah.
are.
And here,
And Basement East, man, I hope to see you guys out here. Please come on out.
Again, 18 and over show, thebasementnashville.com is where to grab your tickets. You can pre-order the new album, Cover the Mirrors, at benkweller.com. Now, we do have a couple of new tunes.
Yes.
And I think we might just have time to play both of them.
Okay.
But if you had to choose one,
Okay.
so you teamed up with the Flaming Lips.
Yeah, the Flaming Lips are on this latest single. It's called Killer Bee. It's like this real sort of like dry, psychedelic 70s thing. It almost reminds me of like a modern sort of Plastic Ono band, Lennon solo thing. And I sent the track to Wayne Coyne and was just like, hey, man, like, what do you think about this track? Like, I'm hearing like some weird synthy things, but I was messing around in the studio trying to figure something out and I couldn't. So I hit up Wayne. I'm like, send me some weird stuff. He's like, all right. And he started just sending me all these random voice memos of.
I can picture
of,
Wayne
like,
having that reaction.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. And so it was just a big, and I would just take all this stuff and just collage it together. And it's a lot of fun. And so that's the other deal with this album, which is called Cover the Mirrors. After Dorian died, like other than music lifting me up, it was community. Like all of our friends and family who just held us up and held us in their arms. Community is the most important thing, you know? And to feel like grief can make you feel so isolated, but to know that someone's out there that loves you, and all of us have people that love us, you know, and you just got to lean on them and don't feel bad about leaning and saying, hey, I need help in whatever it is, grief, addiction, whatever. It's okay to ask for help. So with these songs, which I don't do this often, I don't have features on my album, but it just sort of made sense with this communal aspect of Cover the Mirrors. Instead of just putting out, okay, here's the new Ben Kweller album, it's just him and his like scarred heart, you know? It's like, hey, here's like all of us and friends coming together, and like we all grieve in different ways, you know? Like Dorian's death affected everyone differently, from fans to other artists to people I don't even know who read about it or heard about it. So anyway, so that's the other part of like having my friends on the album.
Yeah. Strong message there too, that it's good to lean on those people in your community, because you know at some point they might need to lean on you as well.
Right.
And you'll be there for them. So there you go. We got Ben Kweller live in the studio. Let's take a listen to that song. And there are those sounds. That's new music from Ben Kweller featuring the Flaming Lips. Song's called Killer Bee. Playing it for you right here on Lightning in the Morning, because we've got Ben Kweller live in the studio with us, getting ready for his show tonight out at the Basement East. I know a lot of folks are excited about that show. In fact, if you stay tuned, we might just give you a chance to win 2 free tickets to that show, because it can be good like that. But it's great to see Ben, and it's great to have you back in Nashville and catch up with you a little bit. And
so nice.
And
so nice
getting ready for the new album. And is there an official release date, or are you just saying a little bit later in the year? Okay.
May 30th.
May 30th.
Yeah.
Okay. You can pre-order.
Which has some magic in that day, because that's when Dorian would have turned 19. So that's Dorian's birthday.
Okay.
May 30th happened to be a Friday, so we were like, that's the date. So May 30.
That's the way it was supposed to line up.
It is 5:30.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm excited about it. Got to put that in my roster.
Get it up in
So
there.
it's like,
boom.
And again, so just kicked off the tour last night in Atlanta. Got a show tonight here in Nashville. And you want to check out benkweller.com, because I know a lot of folks are listening outside the Nashville area. If you're streaming us right now, maybe you're watching.
Yep.
Hi, everybody. Volume.com/lightning100. But getting ready to do, you've got dates already booked through the end of July. And it's taking you coast to coast up to the nation's capital, New York City, Philadelphia, Boston, then back through the Midwest, down through Texas, which is where you're living now. How long have you been down in Austin?
Well, so Austin, we moved there in 2008, so it's been a minute.
Okay.
We were in New York before that. In 2018, we moved to Dripping Springs, which is sort of like the Woodstock of Austin. It's like 45 minutes out in the hill country. And so we have a little barn in our house, and so I walk to the barn to work. That's my studio. And we have a record label called The Noise Company, and so our offices are there. And so it's just a little compound. I really don't leave much except for to go on tour, you know. And so, yeah, I just kind of, I'm a homebody, but I got a lot to do there.
And you mentioned, too, that you're kind of in the process of mixing the record and kind of getting everything together. Is there someone working on that somewhere, where just like sending you the files?
So
or are you taking that on the road with you and doing it?
The album's done. The album's in the can.
Okay.
And fully mixed and mastered. And the vinyl is being manufactured right now.
Got it.
But
Okay.
like the digital stuff is all set to go on what they call the DSPs, which refers to your Spotify's or what have you.
I want the vinyl. I want that real
the
great.
vinyl. Yes.
Yeah, might have to come out there and introduce you to Tim, who apparently lives down the street from you.
Yes, I've heard of him and that he's down the road. There's quite a musical community right around Austin.
You know, and mentioning Dripping Springs, have you met Greg Raleigh?
I don't know Greg.
Greg from Santana and Journey back in the day. I'm pretty sure he lives down there as well.
Artists. Wait, is he a keyboard player?
He is indeed.
Oh yeah, so I did meet him actually because he got up with the Foos at ACL Fest. I guess last year or the year before, the Foo Fighters were headlining.
He played,
and they were like, "That's Santana's, you know, the organ guy, the guy that did like all the stuff, Black Magic Woman, and what have you."
Yeah,
and so I did meet this guy.
Yeah, he's your neighbor.
He's my neighbor.
Yeah. Right in that same area. I actually toured with Ringo's All-Star Band for a while, too.
I like that
Maybe
band,
Lightning
the
100
All-Star
needs
Band.
to come to your area and just have a
you
collection.
You can broadcast right out of there.
Yeah, and just have you guys all live.
I hope the bosses are listening. Lisa, would you be down for that?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Anytime.
That'd be so fun.
We've had people talk about doing that in Europe. We've had people talk about doing that in Vegas. And now when Ben Kweller asks you to broadcast from his studio outside of Austin, I think we need to show up and do that.
Time to do it. Why not? Because we can make the connections, the community, more music.
See?
More vulnerability, more campfires.
We'll just have to follow along and see when he's finally done touring.
Yeah, that's true.
When he's back home. So
yeah, we'll figure that out.
Well, we always do.
Yeah.
Ben Kweller joining us live here in the Valid Music Studio. Again, tickets still available for tonight's show out at the Basement East. It is an 18 and over show with support from Ryman, who's based right here in Nashville. And Cheese Touch?
Cheese Touch is on some other dates.
Different dates.
But yeah. It's like one of those where you got to look at the poster and like the blue dot means one artist and the red dot's the other artist.
I like it.
Just
it's like
it's
a map.
Oh, yeah,
I still like the name Cheese Touch.
Cheese Touch are cool. So they're like a new little duo act. The singer, do you remember Superorganism?
Yeah.
Like hyper pop, like really cool group. So the singer of Superorganism, Orano, she has a new project called Cheese Touch. And they're like wackadoodle, sort of freak folk group. Cheese Touch.
Wackadoodle freak folk.
Wackadoodle freak folk.
I mean,
and so that's Orano from
Touch.
Superorganism. That's her new thing, Cheese Touch.
I love it. Well, hey, so check out all the dates tonight. We will definitely have Ryman, who we're excited to hear more on that, because local artist, which means Ben will have to come out here more to hang out with Ryman and us. And then if you're not coming tonight, we'll check out the fun little map that he's got on his website. Check out Cheese Touch with Ben Kweller.
There you go.
BenKweller.com. Ben, thanks so much, man. This has been so much fun. I wish we had more show.
Yeah.
We're running out of time.
We can make more show anytime.
Yeah.
We will make more show. We'll talk to Dan the Man.
Special co-host sometime. I think we'd have.
I love being on there. But I do want to take some calls at some point. But I know, and the people need to know that we are a delay-free radio.
That's right.
Yeah.
At Lightning 100, y'all. So that's the equivalent. That's like the radio equivalent of analog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Straight to tape.
It's being an acrobat live without a net.
That's
what it is.
we are here at Lightning. So,
Yeah.
Let me
That's
know.
right. And how about this? We're going to open up the phone lines.
Yeah, we are.
615-777-5100. The rules remain the same. You have to be 18 or older, and you can only win once every 30 days. But if you call right now, and you're you know what? We're going to take fastest fingers. We're going to see who really wants these tickets. Fast fingers, first caller through right now at 615-777-5100. You'll win 2 tickets to see Ben Kweller tonight, but you'll also get to talk to Ben right here in the studio. So
my goodness.
dial us up right now, 615-777-5100 for tickets to see Ben Kweller tonight at the Basement East.
Yeah.
while he beatboxes
beatboxing it right now.
right out of the Wednesday edition
Ben
of Lightning
Kweller
in the
tickets.
Morning. Thanks for
Ben
joining us,
Kweller
everyone.